Hey guys, Spishozzy here and welcome to another Orlando City series episode. This is the preseason plus first MLS game, as you can see by the title. But first of all, I want to kick things off with the transfers that we've made. I know most of you guys will probably have watched the introduction video where I, did a bit of a brief overview of the squad and the club's history as well. So we'll get into the transfers right now. There was a lot of activity because, I had to get rid of some of the players I didn't want, and I had the chance to bring a lot of players in through certain drafts and stuff like that. So we'll go through the players out. Lewis Neal, he left, very old English. Danny Mwanga, his contract ran out, he also left. He's an international player as well, and we can only have a maximum of 8 international players at this time. We've got Tony Cassio. Basically, I just found a better player to replace him with, but he wasn't that bad of a player. We got Phil Ortiz, who is a player I picked up from the Super Draft, or sorry, the Supplemental Draft, which is basically the crap players left over from the Super Draft, the crap regens, that is. Keel Barrett was let go of. Earl Edwards Jr. was also let go of, not really needing a third goalkeeper there. Sydney Rivera, he was let go of, nowhere near up to scratch. Estrella, all these players were waived through not making squad registration. Lewis Gill was a player I picked up from the expansion draft, where the other teams in the league could protect one, or I think it was a few of their players they could protect from this draft, but all of the other players came in, and myself and New York City got to choose, I think it was about 8, I believe, 8 players. So I chose him, but then I waived him because I needed space under the salary cap. Let go of Higuita, Seren as well. Harrison Heath, he left as well, just a reserve player. Martin Peterson was let go of, Northern Ireland international. Anthony Pulis, the Welsh player, again a reserve player. I brought in El Kaduri on a free transfer because I needed a defensive mid, but again I had to let him go due to the salary cap, which is only 36,100, I think. And we also let Tyler Turner go. A little bit disappointed with him because I felt like I could have probably used him and he could have developed quite nicely. The players in though, as you can see, all of them are drafts except for Chacon, or Chacon, I don't really know how you pronounce that, but we didn't spend anything. Chacon came in from the academy team, Orlando City Academy. As you can see, 17-year-old regen, very good pace as a right midfielder, and that's where we use him in our formation. Got decent dribbling, crossing, and first touch, so I think he can be useful. Again, his mentals aren't too bad for a 17-year-old either, so I think he's got great potential, and he's the first graduate of the academy. CJ Sapong, player I brought in from the expansion draft, very good striker slash right wing, so impressed with him. He scored on his friendly debut as well, which is good, and we'll go over that in a minute. Lewis Gill, player I mentioned before. We brought in Eric Alexander, a player I am actually familiar with from previous FMs, very good central midfielder, and yeah, glad to get him in. Another player I'm familiar with is Apara, very good centre half, quite quick on the ground as well, quite happy with that. Kevin Olston, the right back slash left back, very good player, probably one of the best right backs in the league. I'm gonna say. Chris Tierney, decent left back, nothing too special. He's quite old as well, but he got him on cheap, so a cheap deal, so that's all right. Bobby Burling from Colorado, not too bad as far as the centre half goes, more just a backup centre half. Rosales, very good player. Some of you might be familiar with him. He's got 10 caps for the Argentinian national team. He is quite old at 34, but I feel like he could do a decent job on the right wing for us. Can also play AMC as well if Kaká is ever injured, but he's also injured at the moment, which is disappointing. These next players are the players I got from the Super Draft and the Supplemental Draft. Jordan Brown was my #1 pick. Decent centre half. I didn't have him fully scouted, so he looked a little bit better than this. Yeah, and I'm kind of disappointed with his determination only being 4. Sean Saavedra was next. He's probably the best player I actually drafted. Very good defensive midfielder, and he was one of the reasons why we let El Kadiri go. Phil Ortiz, mentioned him, we let him go. Didn't have room for him under the salary cap. Daniel Curtin, decent striker. Could do some damage in the future. We'll have to see how he goes. 15 finishing, 16 heading. 13 pace, very low composure though, which is a worrying factor, I guess. And Brad Tran, the final player I brought in. Another centre-half, not too bad looking, but I don't really think he'll actually become anything decent. So yeah. We also sold Obama and Bang, I forgot to mention him, for, what was it, £250 to Ottawa Fury, who are a lower league team. So yeah, that's that as far as the transfers go. We'll go into the fixtures now. Not too many friendlies were played. Okola Stampede were up first, 3-0 victory at home. Kaka with a brace, El Kaduri also on the score sheet for us there. We then played Sparta Prague, a 2-1 victory over a fairly decent team. Okugo and Colin getting our goals there. Red Bull Salzburg up next in a 2-0 loss. Again, another very good team. And yeah, they completely outplayed us. Fort Lauderdale Strikers, one of our rival teams. We beat them 2-0. CJ Sapong making his friendly debut when he scored that. And Breck Shea in the 95th minute. And another one of our rivals, the Tampa Bay Rowdies, actually beat us in our last friendly game. So a little bit worrying there. As you can see, we kind of shared the statistics, but they got the lucky goal. And yeah, guy also got man of the match performance. He's not a bad player, to be fair. I had a little scout of him as well. So yeah, disappointing loss to finish off the friendlies, but we are going into a live com today against Philadelphia in our first ever MLS game. So exciting times ahead. We'll get into it now. I'll run you through the starting lineup. In goals, we're going to go with Tally Hall over Donovan Ricketts today. He's just been playing a little bit better in the friendlies, and Ricketts obviously conceded that goal in the last game, so I'm a little bit disappointed with him, or I believe he did, I'm not too sure. Kevin Alston will start at right back. We've got Zat Knight and Colin starting at centre back for us, with Chris Tierney at left back. We're going to start Shalry Joseph as our defensive mid, Akugo as the central midfielder, and Alexander is taking Kaka's spot because he's just come back from an injury that he picked up, and as you can see, he's only 81 conditioning. So we're going to go Alexander as our AMC, with Avila as our right winger and Breck Shea as our Ramduta. And we're going to start CJ Sapong up front. Yeah, with Rivas on the bench, just because I feel like Sapong, he already knows the league, so he might be able to cause some damage, and hopefully we can use, what's his name, Rivas, as sort of an impact player coming off the bench. I also want to get Kaka on at some stage as well, because this is obviously our first ever game in the MLS and at the Citrus Bowl. So yeah, hopefully in front of a sellout crowd. Let's go. And that's actually my phone going off in the background. So we'll give us some players, some squad numbers here, and we'll see what we'll do to Philadelphia today. As you can see, Toronto, New York City, New England have all picked up wins to open their MLS campaigns. Hopefully we can do the same. There's no real players that stand out there. The goalkeeper's really good. He's actually got a few offers from France in at the moment for like 1.2 mil plus. So I'm going to say we owe Philadelphia. Kind of got the boys a little bit fired up. I do have the highlights set on key highlights, just because I don't really want the episodes to be too long. Alright, first highlight. Williams with a long throw for Philadelphia. And they've scored already. Okay, 7.5 minutes in, and they have the opening goal. Not good at all. Okay. Okay, what can we do, boys? Come on. Alright, we've got a corner. Avila swings it in. Zat Knight. Joseph almost had it. It's another corner, though. Avila again. And that's cleared away. We came very close then, however. That was good. Promising signs. Alright, and they have a corner now. Again, apologies for my dog barking if you can hear him in the background. A lot of disruptions this episode. And that was nearly another goal. And they clear the corner there. Apologies if my mic just muted. Nagera to Latu. It's a good tackle though. Avila, and that's the end of the highlight. Alright, so we're 30 minutes in and things aren't looking too good. Pretty much go into half-time 1-0 down. A little bit worrying, but of course we are just a new team, so I'm going to ask the boys to show me something. Yeah, see, some of them aren't really too happy with me for whatever reason. Probably my inexperience, but, you know, what can I do about that? Nothing really. We're going to make some substitutions soon because things aren't working, definitely up front. We're going to get Rivas on. I think it's time to bring Kaka on as well. Kugo's playing poorly. Tierney's playing poorly. I mean, a lot of players are playing quite shit, to be honest, but there's not much I can really do. Using 2 of my subs right now. Actually, you know what? We're going to cancel that. I'm going to redo them. We'll make Rivas on. We'll bring Kaka on for Kugo, and we'll push Alexander back as our central midfielder. I think... Oh, good save. De Groot. Oh, come on, boys. 2-0 down. And he's a regen. De Groot. Really? Damn it. Okay, things aren't looking very good for us for whatever reason. I don't really know why. Oh, come on, Shea. Breck Shea. Ah, another good save. Damn it. Come on, boys. Avila. Another corner. Back out to him. Kaka. Oh. Is that... Oh, it's off the crossbar. Really? God damn it. It's just not our day. Alright, we're gonna go attacking. May as well. It's probably not gonna do anything anyway. Really disappointing to start the series off on a loss. Avila with the corner pretty much is the end of the game. And there we go, full time. 2-0 loss to Philadelphia. It's hard to take, but I mean, it's understandable, I suppose. I'm just going to say the boys were unlucky today. I mean, if you look at that, we did have more chances than them, which is, you know, frustrating, to say the least. I guess the boys just need a bit more time to gel, I suppose. I'm not too sure. We'll go through today's fixtures. LA picked up a win. 0-0 draw between DC and RSL. New England got that victory. New York got a victory there as well. Portland, Toronto, Colorado, and of course Philadelphia. So yeah, that puts us 9th in the Eastern Conference, and I assume we're quite low overall as well. Yeah, we are 16th. Okay, so that's going to wrap this episode up, guys. Hopefully we can bounce back. I will have another episode for you fairly soon. I think I might livecom the US Cup 3rd round. I think that's, you know, it's quite a way away, but it's not too far. It's kind of, actually, that's a bit far, actually. I'll do a Los Angeles livecom. I think that's in order. It's a little bit closer. I mean, the US Cup 3rd round is pretty much the mid-season point, I guess. So we'll do a Los Angeles livecom, and we'll see where we go from there. Goodbye, guys.